my name is Michael Rivers, and this is my Seton Croson Protector deck. So pretty much we just have a whole bunch of druids and elves. Start with your basic vanilla druids, or near vanilla druids. Woodland Druid, Promised Kanushi, Village Elder, Diligent Farmhand, Treefolk Harbinger, Groundskeeper, Croson Wayfarer. These guys actually have a little bit of utility, but especially Croson Wayfarer. Put a land card from your hand into play. But mostly they're just 1-mana druids that tap for a green with haste when Croson's in play, when Seton's in play. So, more of the same, 1-mana druids. These guys are errata druids, Birch Lore Rangers. They also combo with all your 1-mana elves, both Heritage Druid and Birch Lore Ranger, to give them haste for tapping for green. But we have another near vanilla 1/1 druid, Elvish Pioneer, and some real mana druids, Boreal Druid, Llanowar Elves, Fyndhorn Elves, Arbor Elf, and Joraga Tree Speaker, who doesn't really tap for mana until you level her up, but she does with Seton. Now get into the 2-mana druids. We have Leaf Gilder, Heart Warden, which is always nice because you can sack him to draw a card, pay 2 and sack when you're trying to combo off. We have Quirion Elves, Wirewood Elves, and before I get too far into this, I should mention this is a combo deck, so we'll see the combo pieces coming up pretty soon after we see how to make about 1 million mana. We're going to get into our big mana makers here. Devoted Druid makes a couple mana with haste, because he's a druid, so Seton lets him tap for a mana with haste, and then you can put a -1/-1 counter to untap him, so he makes 2 mana haste. He's basically a free spell. Rofellos, he's a errata druid. He can tap for a mana with haste, or figure out how to, pseudo haste with Seton, or you can figure out how to give him real haste with Lightning Greaves or Concordant Crossroads, and then he can tap for a bunch. And we have some other big mana guys. We have Priest of Titania, Elvish Archdruid, and Wirewood Channeler. These guys make a ton of mana. It's my kitty. Hi, kitty. Get off the table. Anyways, so we've got our big mana elves, and we have some kind of vanilla elf combo pieces. These kind of go with these. Nettle Sentinel, Sky Shroud Ranger. Let's see. Nettle Sentinel especially kind of goes with these guys. But Sky Shroud Ranger, he's kind of a vanilla guy. He's kind of the odd one out. But these guys really make a ton of mana here. She returns a forest you control to its owner's hand to untap target creature. So you're going to be wanting to untap one of these mega mana producers here. And she taps and sacks to untap all your forests. So it's great if you have, you can help yourself combo off if you get some way to give your guys haste. Elvish Guidance, enchant land. When an enchanted land is tapped for mana, it adds a green for each elf in play. So not that many people run elves, but if your opponent runs elves, it's doubly effective. We have some, haste makers, and some other guys who help make a ton of mana. Copperhorn Scout untaps all your guys when he attacks. So pretty sweet. If you're in mid combo and need some mana, you play a Copperhorn Elves or a Copperhorn Scout. Seeker of Skybreak untaps one of your big mana producers. Mages of the Candelabra untaps, there's really only one land you want to untap. This guy untaps one of these big mana guys. Oh yeah, these, let's see. These here are your non-elf mana guys. And Scribe Ranger returns a forest you control to its owner's hand to untap target creature. So, we've got plenty of ways to abuse our sweet creatures, sweet mana producers. Now let's go over here to the, we just have some basic card advantage engines, Bloodline Shaman. You choose a creature type, and reveal the top card of your library, and if it's a creature card of the chosen type, put it in your hand, so she can draw you some elves. You're going to want to name Elf or Druid, for sure, probably Elf. It seems like this deck could probably use a top to combo with her. Sylvan Ranger gets you a land, basic land, which is just a forest in this deck. Elvish Visionary is going to draw you a card when it enters the battlefield. Can combo a little bit with some Cloudstone Curio action. Oracle of Modai is going to help you filter through your forests a little bit. Could probably combo with a Azusa Lost But Seeking. Sylvan Library is going to draw you a bunch of cards, you're trying to combo off, you don't really care if you take 8 damage a turn for a couple turns trying to get there. And Regal Force is going to draw you a ton of cards when you play a ton of elves, so just refill your hand real quick. And now the real card draw engines, like these cards are going to let you draw your whole deck. Skull Clamp, obviously, most of your guys are 1 and 2 drops, so and are going to make mana when they come into play, so he's going to really draw you a ton of cards. Glimpse of Nature, going to draw you a ton of cards. You don't have to pay the 1 mana like Skull Clamp, but you are going to draw 2 cards of Skull Clamp, so they're both pretty good. Guiltleaf Archdruid, this card is pretty insane. I put it in here just for the whenever you play a Druid spell, draw a card, but I have been surprised how easy it is to get 7 untapped Druids and gain control of all lands target player controls. That's insane. And this new little piece from Avacyn Restored, Soul of the Harvest, 6-drop, it's a 6/6 trample, and whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. It's pretty sweet with a card advantage engine I have down below. Or it's more of a tutor engine, but I'll show it to you. And Primordial Sage, this is errata, whenever you cast a creature, draw a card. And Cloudstone Curio to let you infinitely cast your creatures, and with any of these 4 here, just draw infinite cards. Especially any of your 1 mana druids. If you have Seton in play, you just play a druid, tap it for mana, return another druid to your hand. Play a druid, tap it for mana, return the other one, and you just go back and forth, you draw your whole deck. And then you have to figure out how to make infinite mana with, giving a guy haste, and, going infinite somehow, you can do the Legacy Elves combo, which is basically Heritage Druid and Nettle Sentinel. You tap 3, and then you pay 2 to replay 2 of them. Nettle Sentinel untaps, replaying them with Cloudstone Curio. And you tap 3 and you've gained a mana. And you return 1 to your hand, etc. Or you can do other shenanigans. Once you guys have haste, it's pretty easy to get infinite mana when you've drawn your whole deck and you guys have haste and you've got Cloudstone Curio in play. So now we've got some sweet lands and land tutors. We've got our Gaia's Cradle, amazing in this deck. It's the little crown jewel of the deck. Firewood Lodge, lets you untap one of your big mana producers here. And Dryad Arbor is just like an extra, turns your green sun into an elf or whatever. Just a little extra. It's like pretty much the only target for this guy that's interesting, you know, forest or forest. You know, I don't have any other tree folk in the deck, so at least not that I noticed. Let me know if I'm wrong. So, not that she's a tree folk, but you know, she's an interesting forest if you don't want to just get a basic here. So, let's see what we got here. Our land tutors, basically to get our Gaia's Cradle. And now our creature tutors. We've got Wirewood Herald,